Have you ever taken your morning vitamins with confidence, thinking you were doing your body a favor only to wonder why your energy still fades by midday? What if I told you that 4 common supplements one's millions of seniors trust could actually be sabotaging your stamina, circulation, and even your most private vitality, without you feeling it until real damage is done? And here's the part that shocks most people. The culprit might be sitting right now in your kitchen cabinet, looking perfectly harmless. I'm Dr. Nana, a men's health specialist who has spent over 20 years focusing on senior vitality. In my clinic, I've seen hundreds of men over 60 who seem to do everything right, eating healthy, staying active, taking their daily vitamins, yet still battling exhaustion, cold hands and feet, and fading intimacy. Their frustration became my mission, to uncover the real reason behind their decline. When we looked deeper, the truth was unsettling. It wasn't neglect. It wasn't just aging. The very vitamins they trusted were silently breaking them down. Now, I'm not saying all supplements are bad. Calcium and B12 can be lifesavers in the right cases, and I've prescribed them myself. But here's the critical truth. High doses of certain vitamins, or taking them at the wrong time, can act like slow-acting poison for your energy, blood flow, and sexual drive. The risk after 60: once you're over 60, your body processes nutrients differently. The same pill that might help a younger person could harm you far more. Today, I'm going to reveal the 4 worst offenders: vitamins hiding in plain sight, proven to drain your stamina, stiffen your arteries, and dull your vitality. I'll name them, show you exactly how they damage your body, and give you safer, science-backed alternatives. This is not fear-mongering, it's a rescue plan. If reclaiming your energy, performance, and confidence matters to you, tap subscribe and turn on notifications for Senior Health Boost so you never miss vital advice. And let me know in the comments, if this hits home, type 1. If not, type O and tell me how I can help you better. First offender: vitamin D. Let's start with the one almost every senior is told to take. Vitamin D. It's marketed as essential, recommended by doctors, promoted by pharmacies, and nicknamed the sunshine vitamin for a reason. In the right amount, it supports bone strength, immune function, and overall wellness. But here's the danger most people never hear about. Vitamin D is fat-soluble. Unlike vitamin C, your body doesn't flush it out quickly, it stores it, sometimes for months. This means that if you're taking high daily doses on top of what you already get from fortified foods, levels can silently climb to toxic ranges. And when vitamin D levels soar beyond 150 nanograms per milliliter, a dangerous chain reaction begins. Calcium levels shoot up, your kidneys strain, and your nervous system starts to falter. A real case I'll never forget: a 75-year-old patient who came in exhausted, confused, and nauseous. His family said he'd been off for weeks, struggling to think, dehydrated, barely eating. We discovered he'd been getting repeated high-dose vitamin D3 injections, over 4 million IUs in total. His blood levels were 6 times the safe limit at 306 nanograms per milliliter. He was in acute kidney injury, his calcium dangerously high, and his parathyroid hormone completely shut down. He needed months of hospital monitoring, and even after stopping the supplements, it took him 7 months to recover. The hidden impact on vitality: when too much vitamin D floods your system, calcium builds up in your blood, a condition called hypercalcemia. This isn't just about feeling tired or sluggish. It disrupts hormonal signals, including the ones controlling your sex drive, blood flow, and mental clarity. Your pituitary gland, the brain's hormone control center, reduces luteinizing hormone output, dropping testosterone levels. Sexual desire, energy, and performance all follow. Meanwhile, excess calcium settles in your blood vessel walls, making them stiff and less able to expand, limiting healthy circulation. And vitamin D is just the first offender. In page 2, we'll uncover another supplement millions take daily, one that seems harmless but can quietly choke your circulation and rob you of the vitality you've worked so hard to keep. After what we just uncovered about vitamin D's hidden dangers, you can see how something so widely trusted can quietly erode your health from the inside out. But the story doesn't end there, because the effects go far beyond your bones. When excessive vitamin D hardens your blood vessels, less blood flows where it matters most, including the pelvic region. The result? Sluggish circulation, weaker arousal, and stamina that doesn't last like it used to. And then, almost without warning, the fatigue sets in. Your nervous system, once in perfect rhythm, falls out of tune, leading to brain fog, restless nights, and a lack of drive that makes everyday life feel heavier. Sexual vitality isn't just about testosterone or hormones, it's about mental sharpness and physical readiness working together. When both begin to fade, so does your confidence. And the kidneys? They're under siege. Overworked and overwhelmed, they struggle to manage your body's delicate balance of minerals and electrolytes. That imbalance weakens your ability to maintain steady blood pressure, stay properly hydrated, and even keep your muscles firing the way they should, all essential for lasting intimacy, energy, and overall vitality. You may have heard that low vitamin D can contribute to erectile dysfunction. That's true. But here's what most men never hear. Too much vitamin D creates a completely different kind of damage. It's subtle, it's long-term, and it often goes unnoticed until it's already robbed you of years of your energy and performance. This is where the danger deepens, because the problem isn't only the vitamin itself, but how it's packaged, promoted, and pushed on people like you. Walk into any pharmacy and you'll see bottles boasting massive doses, 10,000 IU, 25,000 IU, even 50,000 IU per capsule. That's more than 10 times the recommended daily amount for men over 70, which is just 800 IU. Yet many men take these high doses daily, no blood tests, no medical supervision, just blind trust in the label. Some combine a multivitamin in the morning, a bone health tablet at lunch, and a separate vitamin D pill before bed, unknowingly stacking dangerous amounts. And here's the kicker: independent lab tests have revealed that some over-the-counter supplements contain far more vitamin D than the label claims. Which means that even if you think you're being careful, you could still be overdosing without realizing it. The safe upper limit for most adults is 4,000 IU per day, and many seniors do perfectly well with just 1,000 to 2,000 IU only after a doctor confirms that your blood levels actually need it. That's why, before you take another capsule, you should ask your doctor for a 25-hydroxy vitamin D blood test. Don't guess, test. Then adjust with professional guidance. So, let me ask you, are you taking vitamin D right now? Do you know exactly how much you're consuming each day? And have you checked whether your other supplements also contain it? Your answer could make the difference between protecting your health and unknowingly undermining it. Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help another man catch the warning signs early. And if this information struck a chord with you, hit that like button so we can reach more people who need to hear it. Because vitamin D is just the beginning. Next, we're diving into another common supplement, one that can quietly damage your nerves, throw off your balance, and drain your energy without you ever suspecting it. And here's the surprise: it's hiding not just in pills, but in certain energy drinks and multivitamins too. Let's talk about vitamin A. This might shock you. Maybe you take it each morning, thinking you're giving your eyes the best possible care. But what if the supplement you trust is slowly burdening your liver, draining your strength, and chipping away at the connection you share with your partner? Vitamin A has a golden reputation, hailed for sharper vision, stronger immunity, smoother skin, and graceful aging. It's one of the first nutrients seniors are encouraged to take, to protect what's left. But here's the reality almost no one talks about. Vitamin A is fat-soluble, which means your body stores it instead of flushing out the excess like water-soluble vitamins. Over time, that storage turns into overload. Your liver quietly fills beyond its comfort zone. No stabbing pain, no flashing warning lights. Just a slow, silent buildup that begins to influence your organs, disrupt your hormones, and subtly interfere with intimacy. I'm Dr. Nana, and I've seen the consequences firsthand in my clinic. One man, age 65, came in worried about constant fatigue, aching joints, and an emotional distance growing between him and his wife. He believed he was protecting himself, taking 25,000 IU of vitamin every day for his skin and to slow aging. But his lab results told a completely different story. His liver enzymes were sky high. His vitamin A levels were triple the safe range. And perhaps most devastating, his testosterone had dropped to a point where his energy, mood, and confidence were unraveling. He was confused, frustrated, and emotionally drained, unable to understand how something he thought was helping him had actually been chipping away at his health for months, maybe years. And that's where we'll pick up in the next part, because the way vitamin A undermines your health isn't always immediate. It's patient, it's quiet, and once you see how it works, you'll never look at this golden vitamin the same way again. He told me that the worst part wasn't the nausea or even the brain fog. It was sitting across from his wife at the dinner table, feeling the silence grow between them, and wondering every single night what he was doing wrong. After he stopped taking the supplement, it took 6 long months for his liver to begin recovering. But the impact on his sexual health? That lasted much longer. And sadly, his story is far from unique. It's playing out quietly, behind closed doors, in households all across the country. Men unknowingly crossing the line from healthy to toxic simply because they trusted the bottle on the shelf. Here's why it happens. Toxic levels of vitamin A interfere with retinoid metabolism, the way your body processes vitamin A compounds, damaging your cells from the inside out. For men, the trouble often starts in the liver. That's where vitamin A accumulates in specialized cells, sparking inflammation and scarring. This damage disrupts your body's ability to handle critical proteins that regulate hormone balance and sexual drive. When the liver is under stress, it produces less sex hormone-binding globulin, a protein that's essential for testosterone to work effectively. Without it, testosterone levels fall or become less available to your body. Your blood vessels also become more inflamed, circulation declines, and blood flow to crucial areas, your heart, brain, and sexual organs begins to suffer. And here's the thing, you don't need a mountain of pills to get enough vitamin A. 1 medium carrot, yes. Just one already gives you almost twice the daily requirement for most adults. That's from food your body knows how to handle perfectly. But here's the trap so many seniors fall into. You buy a supplement that promises sharper vision or smoother skin. The label? Vitamin A, 25,000 IU per capsule. That's more than 8 times the recommended daily allowance for men your age. Then you add your daily multivitamin, maybe a skin health formula, and suddenly your intake has climbed even higher without you realizing it. And unlike vitamin C or the B vitamins, your body can't just flush out the extra. It stores it, day after day, in your liver. Over time, that backup grows slowly, silently, until symptoms begin to creep in. Sluggish energy, nagging joint aches, fading interest in intimacy. The worst part? These symptoms don't scream toxicity. They feel like normal aging. And that's exactly why so many men never make the connection. The supplement industry isn't in a hurry to warn you either. Their marketing teams are too busy selling high-dose pills with glowing promises of anti-aging and immune defense. What they're not telling you is that with fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, there's no quick escape route for the excess. It stays, and it stacks. This is where good doctors and careful patients need to step up. We have to cut through the hype and guide choices based on science, not slogans. If you're taking vitamin A, pause. Look at the label. Check the dosage. Talk to your physician. Don't wait for subtle symptoms to become lasting damage. Now, before we move on, here's something you might not expect. The next item on this list isn't a vitamin at all. It's a mineral, one most people associate with energy. But when you get too much, it builds up in your brain, your liver, and yes, even in your reproductive organs. And it can hit your sexual vitality hard. Let's talk about it. Iron. It's marketed like a miracle cure for tiredness. You see it splashed across multivitamin labels, energy boosters, and recovery formulas, especially the ones targeting men over 60. The message is simple. If you're tired, take more iron. And on the surface, it sounds logical. Iron helps carry oxygen in your blood, supports energy production, and prevents anemia. But here's the hidden truth. Most healthy men past midlife don't need extra iron. In fact, many already have too much. And unlike certain other nutrients, iron has no easy exit route. Your body hangs onto it, quietly. It stores excess iron in your liver, your heart, and your pancreas. Over time, that buildup becomes toxic. The medical term? Hemochromatosis. It's far more common in men than in women. Why? Because women naturally lose iron through menstruation during their reproductive years. Men, on the other hand, have no built-in mechanism to shed it. And as testosterone levels drop with age, your body loses one more layer of protection against iron overload. So while you might think you're boosting your energy with that daily iron supplement, you could actually be doing the opposite, setting the stage for organ damage, hormonal disruption, and yes, reduced sexual performance. In the next section, Dr. Nana will walk you through exactly how excess iron works against you, often without you realizing it, and what simple steps can keep you in the safe zone. When excess iron builds up in your body, it's like rust spreading through an old engine. It quietly eats away at your cells, clogs your circulation, and throws your hormonal balance off track. At first, you just feel tired. Your mood dips. Your interest in intimacy fades. And because these symptoms don't scream iron toxicity, most people think they're simply running out of steam with age. Let me tell you about Michael, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Ohio. After a routine minor surgery, he wanted to bounce back quickly. He read somewhere that iron could help restore energy, so he started taking a 65 milligram iron supplement every single day. He expected to feel stronger. Instead, within months, he found himself dragging through the day, his joints aching. Then the strange changes began. His skin developed a bronze hue, almost like he'd been tanning year-round. The hobbies that once lit him up, woodworking, fishing, weekend road trips with his wife, no longer held his interest. His mind felt slower. Frustration bubbled up easily. He became short-tempered, forgetful, even emotionally distant from the people he loved most. Blood tests finally revealed the truth. Michael's ferritin level had soared to 2,400 when the healthy range for men is 30 to 400. His transferrin saturation? An alarming 85% when normal tops out at 50. An MRI confirmed the damage. Iron had invaded his liver, pancreas, and heart. It turned out that over 18 months, Michael had swallowed nearly 23,700 milligrams of elemental iron from that one supplement alone. Add in his regular meals of red meat and iron-fortified cereal, and his total intake had crept even higher. Here's the problem. Your body has no natural exit for extra iron. Unlike water-soluble vitamins that flush out in your urine, iron gets stored deep in your organs, day after day, year after year. By the time you feel something's wrong, the harm is already underway. And age makes this danger worse. As you grow older, the hormone hepcidin, your body's main iron gatekeeper, becomes less effective. Meanwhile, declining testosterone removes an important regulator of iron distribution. Add in the low-grade inflammation so common in seniors, and your body starts stashing even more iron away, as if it's preparing for a crisis that never comes. It's the perfect storm for iron overload, or hemochromatosis. This condition is far more common in men, because unlike women, men have no monthly cycle to naturally shed excess iron. Over time, it's not just a storage issue, it's a biochemical attack from within. Excess iron acts as fuel for the Fenton reaction, a chain reaction that generates destructive free radicals. These unstable molecules rip through your healthy cells, weaken your blood vessels, and chip away at your nervous system and hormonal stability. The result? Reduced energy, foggy thinking, lower stamina, and a steady decline in sexual vitality. Now, here's the kicker. Men over 60 need just 8 milligrams of iron per day. That's easily met through food, a serving of spinach here, some chicken or fish there. But if you walk into any supplement aisle, you'll see bottles boasting 18, 35, even 65 milligrams per capsule. Add a multivitamin on top of that, and you could be doubling, even tripling your safe limit without realizing it. And many of these pills contain vitamin C, which supercharges iron absorption. Combine that with a diet rich in red meat or fortified cereals, and you're setting yourself up for the exact overload Michael experienced. When doctors diagnosed him, the treatment was grueling, weekly therapeutic blood draws for more than a year. It took 14 months just to bring his ferritin back to normal. But the damage? Some of it was permanent liver fibrosis, persistent fatigue, and diminished stamina. Michael told me, I thought I was doing something smart for my health. Instead, I wrecked the years I'd been looking forward to. His marriage felt the strain. Intimacy declined. His confidence took a blow. What should have been his golden years became a constant uphill battle. The takeaway is simple. Iron is not an all-purpose energy booster. In the wrong amounts, it's a slow poison that corrodes your strength, your circulation, and your vitality. And iron isn't the only hidden risk in your supplement cabinet. There's another nutrient one most people trust without a second thought that's quietly affecting your nervous system, your hormones, and your circulation. You've seen it on nearly every multivitamin and nerve support formula at the pharmacy. It's vitamin B6, and while it's essential in small amounts, too much can create problems you'll feel in every corner of your health. Let's talk about it next. It's marketed as a brain protector, mood booster, and nerve strengthener. For decades, vitamin B6 has carried the comforting reputation of being safe, especially because it's water-soluble. The logic sounds reassuring. If your body doesn't need it, you'll just flush it out in your urine. But that belief has led millions of well-intentioned, health-conscious seniors straight into long-term nerve damage, without even realizing it. You're not popping some exotic drug here. You're taking a basic vitamin you've seen on store shelves for years, one you thought could only help. Yet in the wrong amounts, it can quietly strip away your strength, dull your sense of touch, and drain the vitality you've worked a lifetime to protect. Here's the harsh truth. Vitamin B6 is the only B vitamin that can cause irreversible nerve damage when taken in high doses. And it doesn't happen in one big, dramatic hit. It builds silently over time, especially when the source is pyridoxine, the synthetic form of B6 found in most supplements. From helpful to harmful over months or years, that synthetic B6 can saturate your tissues. Instead of supporting your nerve health, it begins doing the opposite. Take the story of Harold, a 72-year-old retired accountant. A few years back, he noticed mild numbness in his fingertips. Concerned, he picked up a nerve support supplement containing 100 milligrams of B6 every single day. The label promised it would help, and since many over-the-counter products offered half that dose, he figured more would be better. At first, nothing seemed alarming, but within months, the numbness turned into a burning sensation in his hands and feet. His grip weakened. Even crossing the kitchen became an exhausting challenge. When doctors ran tests, his B6 level came back at 896 nanomoles per liter, over 4 times the normal range. The diagnosis: axonal sensory neuropathy. His nerve fibers were literally dying off, and the very supplement he trusted was the culprit. How much is too much? Harold wasn't abusing vitamins. He was following the instructions. But 100 milligrams a day, only double what some multivitamins or nerve formulas offer, was more than enough to cause lasting harm. Worse, research now shows that nerve toxicity can appear from as little as 25 milligrams per day if taken for long stretches. And yet, walk down any supplement aisle and you'll find B6 doses that exceed that limit without any warning label. The science behind the damage of vitamin B6 toxicity follows a very specific and very sneaky chain reaction in your body. When you take high doses of pyridoxine, it blocks an enzyme called pyridoxal-kinase, which your body needs to activate B6 into its usable form. As a result, your tissues end up flooded with the inactive version while starving for the real thing. This imbalance wreaks havoc on how your nerves process signals. One key player is GABA, a chemical that keeps nerve firing calm and balanced. Without enough usable B6 to regulate it, your nerve activity spins out of control, a phenomenon called excitotoxicity, where your nerves essentially burn themselves out. Why it's so hard to detect in like conditions that hit the brain directly. This form of toxicity primarily damages peripheral nerves, the ones controlling movement, touch, and sensation in your hands, feet, and limbs. The symptoms start vague: tingling fingers, burning toes, balance issues, muscle weakness. Most people shrug them off, blaming aging, arthritis, or uncomfortable shoes. And since the onset can take anywhere from 3 months to 20 years, connecting the dots to your supplement bottle isn't easy. Even doctors often miss it, mistaking the signs for diabetic neuropathy or spinal nerve issues. After all, who suspects a harmless vitamin? The long road back in Harold's case, stopping the supplement didn't bring instant relief. In fact, his symptoms got worse before they got better. Something doctors call coasting, where nerve damage continues even after the excess B6 is removed from your system. It took him nearly 18 months to regain strength in his hands. But his fingertips? They never fully recovered. Once a man who loved writing long letters to his grandchildren, Harold now struggles to hold a pen steadily. A shocking gap between guidelines in the US. The official safe upper limit for vitamin B6 is still 100 milligrams per day. But newer research has forced European health authorities to slash that limit down to just 12 milligrams daily. That's less than 1/8 of the American guideline, and a huge wake-up call for anyone relying on outdated safety numbers. The takeaway: vitamin B6 is essential in the right amounts. But more is not better. Especially for men and women over 60, high-dose B6 isn't just a waste, it's a potential ticket to nerve pain, weakness, and permanent sensory loss. In the next section, we'll expose one more supplement that, like iron and B6, is quietly altering your circulation, nerve function, and hormones, one that millions of seniors trust without ever suspecting the hidden price. Why the big difference between US and European safety limits for vitamin B6? It comes down to what researchers have learned in recent years. Nerve damage can develop at far lower doses than once believed. For most men, the body only needs about 1.7 milligrams a day, an amount you can easily get from an ordinary balanced diet. Yet, supplement shelves are filled with bottles offering 25, 50, even 100 milligrams in a single pill. Add a multivitamin or an energy drink to the mix, and you could be unknowingly pushing yourself into toxic territory. That's why your first step should be simple but powerful. Check every label. Go through your multivitamins, nerve support formulas, protein powders, and yes, even those healthy energy drinks. Look for pyridoxine or pyridoxal. Then add up the milligrams. If your daily total from all sources is over 25 milligrams, it's time to cut back. Stay alert to early warning signs, tingling in your fingers or toes, a subtle burning in your feet, a grip that feels weaker than usual. These may be the quiet first whispers that your nerves are under attack. And if you're unsure, talk to your doctor about a B6 blood test. A healthy range is 35 to 00 nanomoles per liter. Anything above that should raise a red flag. Here's the good news. You can keep your nerves strong without relying on high-dose pills. Simply shift to natural food sources of B6 like poultry, fish, and bananas. These foods deliver the nutrient in safe, usable amounts, and in a form your body is designed to process. You've now seen how 4 everyday nutrients, vitamin D, vitamin A, iron, and vitamin B6 can slowly unravel your energy, circulation, and even sexual vitality when taken the wrong way. But here's the deeper truth. These nutrients aren't villains. In fact, your body depends on them. The real problem is how they're delivered. When nutrients arrive in a synthetic, isolated form, you bypass the built-in checks and balances that natural foods provide. Whole foods, on the other hand, come as a complete package recognized by your body, absorbed in the right amounts, and supported by other natural compounds that keep everything in harmony. You don't need to strip nutrients from your life. You need to return to the way nature intended real food. Food delivers a spectrum of vitamins, minerals, enzymes, antioxidants, and fibers that work together in perfect synergy. This nutrient teamwork ensures that your body not only absorbs what it needs, but also avoids dangerous excess. Nature's safety net. When you eat whole foods, your gut has a natural gatekeeper function. It regulates how much of each nutrient gets absorbed at a time, preventing overload. It also balances nutrients against each other. Eat spinach for its iron, and your body will pair it with vitamin C from the same meal to boost absorption while still keeping levels safe. Food also delivers protective compounds like fiber and antioxidants that shield your cells from damage. And unlike supplements, whole foods never dump a mega dose of one nutrient into your system. Instead, they deliver them in ratios your body understands, protecting your internal balance. Why pills can backfire? High-dose supplements flood your bloodstream with isolated compounds. They can overwhelm absorption systems, disrupt the balance between nutrients, and in some cases like excess zinc block the absorption of other essentials such as copper. Over time, these imbalances can trigger inflammation, metabolic problems, and organ damage. Science is clear. Your body doesn't thrive on chemical isolates in a pill. It thrives on the complex, coordinated nutrition of real food. How to get what you need naturally. Here is a practical, food-first guide to keeping your energy, circulation, and vitality strong after 60. Wild-caught fatty fish like salmon and mackerel packed with B vitamins, CoQ10, and omega-3s to fuel your cells, protect your heart, and fight inflammation. Grass-fed beef liver, one of the richest natural sources of iron, vitamin B12, and folate, supporting strong red blood cells and lasting stamina. Organic eggs delivering high-quality protein and choline, crucial for both brain sharpness and muscle strength. Incorporating these foods regularly can help you avoid the risks of synthetic overload while still getting everything your body needs to stay strong, steady, and sharp. Colorful vegetables like carrots, bell peppers, and leafy greens aren't just there to make your plate look pretty, they're powerhouses of nutrition. Their natural fiber slows the release of glucose into your bloodstream, keeping your energy stable instead of spiking and crashing. Pair that with their wide range of phytonutrients, and you're feeding your body compounds that quietly fight inflammation, protect your cells, and keep you feeling vibrant all day long. When it comes to improving circulation, your best allies are dark leafy greens such as kale, Swiss chard, and spinach. These are nature's nitrate factories, helping your blood vessels relax so blood can flow freely to every part of your body. Add beets to your diet, roasted, juiced, or even thinly sliced in a salad, and you'll be giving your cardiovascular system a nitric oxide boost that research has shown can lower blood pressure and improve stamina. Pomegranates deserve their own spotlight. These ruby red jewels are bursting with antioxidants that protect your arteries from oxidative damage, keeping your vascular system strong and supple. And yes, even dark chocolate when it's at least 85% cocoa earns a spot on the list. Its rich flavonoids help strengthen your vessel walls, improve blood flow, and bring a little joy to your taste buds without the sugar overload. For sexual vitality, let's talk about the classics. Oysters aren't just a romantic glitch, they're loaded with zinc and amino acids that support healthy testosterone production and keep your libido strong. Avocados bring you the healthy fats your hormones depend on to stay balanced, while walnuts offer omega-3s and arginine, two nutrients that directly help your body produce nitric oxide, improving circulation where you need it most. And don't forget watermelon, one of nature's sweetest nitric oxide boosters thanks to its natural citrulline content helping support better blood flow and stronger performance. Beyond energy and intimacy, there's whole body vitality. Fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, and kefir feed your gut microbiome, improve nutrient absorption, and naturally boost your vitamin K2 levels, which help protect your heart and bones. Bone broth is another old-world staple making a modern comeback, rich in collagen to keep your joints flexible and your skin resilient. Organic berries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries are concentrated anti-aging allies, delivering a cocktail of antioxidants that protect your brain, heart, and skin. Herbs and spices such as turmeric, ginger, and garlic have stood the test of centuries for their anti-inflammatory power. They don't just add flavor, they actively protect your body from the silent damage caused by oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. And here's the most important takeaway: every nutrient you see in a synthetic vitamin exists in food, but in a form your body actually recognizes, absorbs, and uses safely. By shifting to nutrient-rich foods, you can reclaim energy, sharpen your circulation, and restore vitality without risking the hidden dangers that often come with high-dose synthetic supplements. Real health doesn't come from a pill bottle. It comes from real food working in harmony with your body's biology. So here's your challenge: rethink your relationship with supplements. Maybe you've been relying on a daily pill for years. Maybe you've been told more is better. But today, you've seen that sometimes less is not only more, it's safer. If something in today's video made you pause, if a story or fact hit close to home, let's talk about it. Share your thoughts in the comments. What's one change you're ready to make starting tomorrow? Is it tossing out that high-dose multivitamin? Adding beets or kale to your lunch? Swapping your afternoon snack for a handful of walnuts? Write it down. Commit to it. Small steps lead to big transformations, and your journey can inspire someone else to start theirs. If this message resonated with you, give it a like. It helps us reach other men and women who need this information just as much as you do. And don't forget to hit subscribe to join our growing community here at Senior Health Boost, where we make the truth simple, keep aging dignified, and show you that real health is always possible. Remember this: fatigue is not just part of getting older. Weak circulation is not something you have to accept. And a fading sense of intimacy doesn't mean your best years are behind you. You are never too far gone to feel alive again. You are never too old to take back control of your energy, your vitality, and your body. We're in this together, and your comeback starts now.